Hey, my name is Heather Pistone. I'm the Route 56 director here in Fallbrook, and what we've got here for you today is a little video about what we learned this weekend. We're doing this as a new attempt just to connect you as a parent to what's going on in our classrooms, both here, Route 56, junior high, high school. I just want to give you a resource as a parent just to have some conversations with your student about what's going on, what are they learning about in their rooms, and sort of like with growth group, how you're building during the week on what you've learned. It's kind of what we're trying to give you an opportunity to do with your kids. So what I'm going to do is just give you a quick rundown of what we talked about this weekend, and if you can think of ways to add to it, build on it, awesome. I'll be tacking on a couple questions that'll at the end that'll help you think through some of what I'm hoping they get from it too. So without further delay, here is my list of what we did. Okay, so we're doing the 10 Commandments right now. We've been doing a whole flyby. I'll do this for you quickly. Creation, fall, flood, nations, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, captivity, freedom, a man named Moses, the law. So we're on the law right now, doing the 10 Commandments. Started out the morning doing a little activity where like the whole earth disappears. We turned off the lights and played loud music and stuff, and they have their own society. They need to come up with their own 5 laws of their society. Just thinking about that activity is kind of a silly activity, but two things you could do with that as a parent. Number one, just maybe ask them, if you were to make a society, what would be the number one law? That might give you some insight into what they most value, what is the most important thing to them. The second one would be, what do you think the number one law in our family is? And that's going to be interesting just to get a perspective from them of, what is your unbreakable rule, or, where do they stand in the family? What's the most important thing? And it should be interesting. So that might be a fun beginning question. We moved on from there to teaching about the 10 Commandments. So we just went through them. I won't go through them with you, if you want to look them up just to freshen up, it's Exodus 20. And a big part of it was thinking about the 10 Commandments, talking about them, going over what they are. But what the heart of the message was, what I kind of wanted them to leave the room realizing is that, wow, God gave 10 laws, which really isn't that many, and we can't keep them, even those 10. So that's kind of where we're tying in to Jesus, and that's something that we're trying to do, just so you know that, week in and week out, is teaching the Old Testament, but also tying it to the New Testament so that they stay connected to how God has opened up more for us than what there was in the Old Testament. So the connection with that was just, God gave us 10. We can't even keep those 10. And he gave us Jesus because of that. And what we need to do is follow Jesus. So that's kind of the heart of the message. Gave them a flashcard at the end. We've been doing this for the last 2 weeks. Just having them write a goal, or maybe something they want to work on, something they want to get out of their life or put into their life that week. If you sign it, or if somebody signs it for them, they get candy. So that's one of their big incentives. But the heart of that, the reason we're doing it, is just to get them to try to apply what they're learning during the weekend to their life during the week. So a way that you could help them with that would be to ask them, what did you learn? What are you trying to do on this flashcard? How's it going for you? And then the second thing would be to kind of deal with some of that frustration that they're going to be feeling, because they will get a sense of like, I'm not succeeding, I'm still lying, I still said this today, I still coveted, whatever the 10 Commandment one is that they're working on that week. And so if you can just step in there and just drive home again that point that's the real heart of the message, which is that luckily we're not called to be moralists. Luckily God knows that we can't keep all his laws, and so he's given us Christ, and just to remind them of that. So it's a video. Thank you for listening, and I'll check you next week.